Hello, welcome. My name is Cameron Stewart. I'm the Senior Technical Marketing Manager here at SolarEdge, and today we're going to look at small rooftop commercial using our SolarEdge Design tool. So the Financials tab, if we wanted to calculate what the cost of the system is and throw that in there so we could get levelized cost of energy, we absolutely could do that. So the base price is defined on a price per kilowatt. The base price is defined on a price per kilowatt. If you weren't interested in that price per kilowatt DC, you could say, oh, let's just set the base price. So if you wanted to set the base price, let's say, 177 kilowatt system is probably 500,000-ish. We could define that, or if you've already done the proposal, you can put that in there, whatever it may be. I'm roughly saying it's about $3 a watt. Okay, the utility provider here is PG&E, so we can say Pacific Gas and Electric. Cool. We can select the utility rate, and all right, so we're in PG&E territory, and so we're going to select the rate. The PG&E territory for a commercial building is probably a medium demand for this size building. I think it's like 500 kilowatts max, and that's probably right around where this should be. All right. Let's see if we can find it. So I can even start typing medium general demand right here, E19. All right. And then, of course, if we had an export rate, we could input the export rate. And if you can't find it, you can create your own. You can also put in a rate right here. So we're going to get 9 cents per kilowatt hour for every kilowatt exported. That looks good. Okay, so we can select an incentive. For example, we can put in the ITC here, 2023 ITC. We can set the financial parameter. System is lifetime is 20 years. Inverter lifetime is 12 years. Maybe we got the warranty extension to 20 years. We can add that. We can add an O&M cost to this. So we can say, oh yeah, it's about $2 per kilowatt O&M cost. We can talk about inverter replacement cost, but we don't have an inverter replacement cost because we got the inverter lifetime, or we just say, yeah, the inverter replacement cost was the warranty extension that we bought. So that was like $300 for the warranty extension. Oh, that's not $300 per kilowatt. We'll say that's maybe half a cent per kilowatt. Battery lifetime, we don't have batteries, so that doesn't matter. Battery replacement cost doesn't matter. We can look at the expected electricity price increase. So we can say, oh yeah, 2% per year is pretty typical. And I think that puts us done with the Financials tab. And of course, the Financials tab is optional. You don't have to do this tab. Let's get to Summary and Reports. Now in the Summary and Reports, we're going to see our design, and we can upload our company logo, and we have something nice that we can represent or present to the customer. If you wanted to adjust the 3D view, maybe you didn't like this all the way zoomed out, maybe you wanted to zoom in and rotate it so you could see what the modules look like. If you could see inside the building, I'm just kidding, and what they look like on the roof surface. I think that's kind of cool. That's a cool view right there. You can set a radiance. You can set it to grid view so you don't see the rest of the satellite image. I like the satellite image, and I typically like the just the plain rooftop. So I'm going to click done there. System overview, 418 solar panels, 1 single inverter, 210 optimizers. Our net payment is going to be around $355,000. Lifetime bill savings $427,000. So the rate of return is 5%. That's not bad. A 13-year payback period with the rate that we defined. So the maximum achieved AC output is going to be 120 kilowatts because we have a 120 kilowatt inverter. We expect an annual production of 254 megawatt hours, and we see that we're going to be exporting 85 megawatt hours annually, so 34%. So our financials are going to be impacted based on the rate that we defined for the export. So we defined that we only get 9 cents per kilowatt hour for every kilowatt hour that we exported. This is going to have to purchase 191 kilowatt hours additionally. Okay. There's just some notes in here that we keep in mind. So you can turn this page off if you don't want to present this to the customer, but basically we just say, yep, this is a valid electrical design. We stand behind our designer tool. So if you ever do a design and then someone from SolarEdge says, no, you're not allowed to do that, you just show us the design from the design tool and says, hey, look, no, you said you could do this. Then of course we will stand behind that warranty, and no matter what. We can also, again, we can delete this by pressing the X button. We can delete the PV modules. We're not too interested in that. And then we can see what the estimated bill savings, year 1, year 9, whatever it is. I'm not too interested in that. Here's the detailed financial analysis where we can see where the payback period is here. And then we can see everything else is in the green for the 20-year lifespan of the system. Of course, we can look at the bill of materials. There's 1 inverter, 210 optimizers. Let's go ahead. If we wanted to add things, like we wanted to create a custom bill of materials, say, include pricing for racking and all that stuff, we can add those things. Of course, I'm going to delete that. Here's a recap, a summary of our electrical design. So we are using the Synergy Manager, which consists of 3 inverters and then 1 basically giant combiner box, and we call that the Synergy Manager. So the 3 inverters are defined as center, left, and right, and we can see that we have strings associated to all 3 inverters. So the center inverter has 3 strings, the left and right inverters have 2 strings. And then we can see our system losses. And of course, we can change what the system losses are if we go into the advanced settings. So the advanced settings, we can say, oh, there's actually more soiling and snow that in this area because maybe it's an agricultural area and there's farm equipment that's kicking up dirt all the time. So I'm actually going to say, yeah, that's actually a 5% off of the yearly value. So let's go ahead and apply that. Of course, we can... So that just takes 5% off of the yearly value and distributes it evenly over the year. So we can also look at what we think light-induced degradation may be, or maybe there's additional shade that we want to account for, or maybe even downtime of the system. Like how long do we think this is not going to operate due to maintenance or equipment, whatever it might be. But I think with a 5% adder for soiling loss, I think that's pretty good. Okay. And then the last and one of the most important steps is you are able to export this to the monitoring portal.